Well, hello folks, and welcome to another video. Yep, you've guessed it, I've been buying things off Amazon again. So stay tuned and keep watching and see what I bought. Roll the intro. So guys, this is what we've got. A Campark T40 digital wildlife camera, or digital trail cam. So it's a digital trail cam with a 14 megapixel, 8 megapixel or 5 megapixel still image. It also does 1080p, 720p or 480p HD video recording. It's got a built-in TFT LCD display and various other bits and pieces. So what has it got? It's got a 20-meter range of infrared LEDs. So 75 foot or 22 meter trigger distance. What else? 120 degree PIR sensor. The trigger voltage is between 0.5 and 0.8 of a second. That's the trigger speed. 8 months of standby time with the batteries. Not so sure about that. And it's an IP56 waterproof level, whatever that means. So guys, I think really we should get it out of the box and take a look at it. So, comes pretty well packed. Now I have actually had it out of the box before just to make sure everything's in order. So this is not my first time taking a look at it, although I know it's your first time guys. So, this is the actual unit itself. Packed in a nice little plastic bag. So that's the unit folks. So it's got a tripod bush on the bottom, that's the unit there, a couple of clips so we can open it, that side. So that's the motion sensor I assume there, that's the camera and that's the PIR sensors there. So that's the unit itself guys. We'll put that to one side and see what else we got in the box. So what we got in the box. So, USB lead for transferring of the data, I suppose. So they haven't actually read the instructions. I've had it out of the box, guys, but I haven't read the instructions. That's typical of a bloke, isn't it? Right, so what else? What's this? So that is the some sort of mount. So it looks like it's got a standard 1/4-20 tripod bush in the bottom. So that's some sort of mounting for that. Mount it on a wall or something like that, and that looks quite useful. We'll have a proper look at that in a minute folks. Right, what else? So this is a strap so we can mount it perhaps to a tree or something of that nature, or a post. That's quite good. And what we got in the bottom guys, let's have a look in the bottom. Oh, not quite empty yet folks. So what we got? Sort of instructions and support there. Here we go for support. Yeah. Wow. Oh, what's that? Couple of elephants. Well, there's not many elephants where I live, folks, so I don't think we should be recording any of them. And what's that? The instructions. Use your manual. Yeah. Well, that's not important for us blokes. We don't need to look at that, do we? Nope. Oh, and one more thing in the bottom. So what's that? Right. So that must be the plate or something to do with the mounting. Right guys, so let's have a better look at the unit. So we're just going to get rid of all this rubbish and have a look at the other bits and pieces in greater detail. So folks, that's what we've actually got. So as I said, that's just a little mounting plate. So that somehow goes with that. Let's just quickly get this out of the box and see what the bag, see what we've actually got. Right, so raw plugs, little screws, that's useful. Right, so what's this then? So that, oh yeah, sort of a little movement there, sort of a little bit of movement on a ball head there, folks. So that I'm assuming goes into the bottom of the camera. That looks like a normal 1/4-20 tripod bush, and I'm assuming that goes like that. Aha. obviously you take that nut off and squeeze them all together, and that's quite good, yeah. I suppose then you can just mount it onto a wall or something and give you a little bit of movement. That's actually quite useful, guys. And the plate for that, right, so what we've got is a strap. Now I believe, looking at some videos on YouTube, you basically just use that to strap it around a tree with, there's a buckle in there. I'm not going to unroll it, guys, because with the two cats running around, that's a brilliant plaything for our two cats, folks. So I'm not going to undo that. Right, so let's look at the unit itself then. So that's the unit, folks. Right, I'm just going to lower the camera a bit so you can get a better view, folks. So guys, there you go. So a bit of a closer look. So on the top here is the LEDs. I'm assuming it says that they're infrared LEDs, but so we won't be able to see them, hopefully. In the middle is the camera or camera lens, and I suppose this bit must be the PIR sensor, and it's quite good. It's all covered with this little sort of plastic sort of things over the important parts. Right, so on the bottom there's your tripod bush, and here there's a little input. I think it's 6 volts. Now obviously if you use that, you're not going to be able to use it outside because that's not going to be watertight. So hinges this side. That must be the sort of little brackets for the tree mounting device that we've got. So let's actually get it open and have a look at what we got inside. So I think you can actually see that. There's the clips. They're quite sturdy. I think they're quite tight. I think it must pull down onto some sort of rubber seal, guys. So there we go. Are you ready for this? Oh, that was a bit of an anticlimax. Oops, sorry for that, guys. I just kicked you there. Right, so what's this say then? Let's have a read of that. Please tear off all the plastic strip. Yeah, we'll have to do that, and blah 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 blah. Yeah. So don't need to read that. It's not important. So guys, this is the battery compartment in here, but takes 8 or 4 or 8 AA batteries. I wonder why we've got 4 or 8. Maybe it prolongs it. What's a bit? Maybe it prolongs the actual life of the or recording time of the machine. I don't know. So yeah, 4 this side, 4 that side. But it actually says you've either got to put them in this side or that side. You can't have 2 and 3 in that side. But that's the battery compartment. So this is the other side on here. So this is all the various settings that we need to go into and have a look. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to see if I can find 8 AAA batteries and the memory card, whichever I've done with that, and we'll put it in and see what happens. So we'll catch you in a couple of minutes, guys. So guys, there we are with the 8 batteries installed. Well, that's quite a bit of weight to it. I put the memory card in there. Now that was a bit of a fiddle putting a memory card in. Normally you just push them in and they actually click into place, but that one, it took a couple of attempts to get it in, but it's in there now. So let's put the cover on. Now at this point I suppose I ought to get the instructions out. We need the instructions. Right, so let's have a look and see what we got to do. But bear with me, folks. Right, so I think the first thing we got to do is just turn it on. So how do we turn it on? So we've got a, what does it say there, guys? That says on, setup and off. So that's on. So let's go to setup. Oh, there we go. What we got then, guys? So just looking at my table, I'll tell you what we should do is take these off. Where's that one? I can't even see the tab for that one. Where are you? Come on. Yep. There's the missus one I need her nails, eh? I think we'll leave that one. There should be a tab somewhere where we can actually get on the end of it in there. Aha! There we go, folks. Sorry if you went out of shot there. I was more interested in getting that off, and somewhere on there's one on the camera. I don't want to stick my fingers on the lens if I can help it, but I'm probably going to. Aha, right, there we go. So here we are. I can always edit that bit out. So let's put it that way around. So there you go, guys. So that's, oh, hey, did you see that? So blue flashing light. Oh, what that means. Read the instructions. Right, so this is the setup menu. So I suppose we got to do various things. What's all this do? I'm just going to blow up through the menus and see what we get. Ooh. Don't know what that did. Did that do anything? Did that take a photograph? Menu. We'll go to the menu. Right. So you can see that, guys. Mode. So we've got mode, photo resolution, photo series, video resolution, video length, and audio recording. Right, so I'm assuming. So now what? Photo resolution, do we press O? Aha, right, so you can see that, guys. So we've got now a choice of 14 megapixel, 8 megapixel, or 3 megapixel and 1 megapixel. So let's go for 14 megapixel. So this is all, I'm just winging this, folks. I'm not reading the instructions, so I press OK. Right, so video mode. No, we've done photo resolution. So let's just pocket video mode and see what that says. All right. So there we go, guys. You can see that video mode. Well, it's got to be 1080p, hasn't it? No point having anything else. So we're going to do OK on that. So you get the sort of general idea, folks. So I'm just going to, so see that. So we've got, what's the next one down? So I'm sorry, I'm sort of trying to hand hold it. So what does that say? Video length. So I believe that once it's triggered, it will record what's that, 0.5 of a second or 5 seconds, but it will just change the video length after it's triggered to save the batteries. I suppose you don't want to record in for several hours. Audio length recording, so that's pretty much shot or not. Yeah, sensitivity, motion sensor, target time, time lapse, language, date and time, etc, etc. Photo stamp, password protection. Don't know if you can actually see that. That beep sound might be a bit of annoying. Serial number, resets, version. Right, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a bit play with the settings and set it up, and then we'll get back to you, folks. So we'll catch you in a couple of minutes. So, folks, I've changed some of the basic settings. There's quite a lot in there you can actually change, but I've just sort of done a few of the sort of what I thought was best just for starting with, if you like, guys. So what I discovered is you can actually take photos and videos at the same time, but according to the instructions that actually chews up your batteries quite quickly. So I've just set it to record video at the moment. I've changed the video length just to 30 seconds. You can actually record up to 10 minutes after the motion sensors trip the machine, but I've just set it to record for 30 seconds because obviously the longer it records, the more your battery gets chomped. So as I said, I set it at 1080p. The PIR sensor I've just set to middle. I don't want to make it too sensitive because it might be sort of tripped at anything that sort of moves, leaf blowing like that in the garden. So I just set that to middle. That's really it. I've just done a few of the sort of simple settings. As I get to use it and we discover what it can do, I'll probably tweak the settings perhaps to more suitable at the time. But for now, folks, that's it for this first part of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on part 2. So for now, bye bye.